What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel where today I'm going to be ranking movies on a list from S to F from the year 2007. We're already on the page. We've already thrown in all the movies I haven't seen. There's some stuff in here I want to see that I haven't, like AVP Requiem. I own 310 to Yuma. I've never watched it though. Death Proof is something I want to watch. I have Good Luck Chuck. I have No Country for Old Men. It's just these. I just haven't gotten the chance to see them or watch them. But there's quite a bit we have seen. So let's go ahead, get through it, and hopefully you agree with me as much as I am probably wrong on so many accounts. But 1408. This is an interesting movie. I want to put this at low B, almost C tier. We're gonna put it in B tier. It's John Cusack. I almost said versus John Cusack and Samuel Jackson. Sam Jackson really isn't like a major part of this movie, but he's obviously gonna be on the cover. It's fucking Sam Jackson. But really, really interesting. Mental horror. It wasn't so much physical. I mean, there are some physical aspects. Actually, most of it's physical aspects, but it's all inside your brain, like the main character's brain. It's good. Watch it. 28 weeks later. I love this movie. I'm putting this in A tier. 28 weeks later is the better of the 28 zombie movie franchise. 28 days and 28 weeks later. I think so, at least. 28 days, obviously, all the props, you created what this sequel is, This sequel would never have happened. But the sequel has better cast, better storyline, better story arc than the first one did in its entirety. So the first one, good. Second one, fantastic. I love it. Alvin and the Chipmunks. This is mid-tier. I refuse to be one of those people that think it's like an F movie, because it's not. It's not. I was a kid when this came out. 2007, I was 8 years old. This movie was big. I remember seeing it in the theaters. My grandparents took me. It was a massive hit, and it's not a bad film. Now, do I think some of the sequels are bad? We'll get to that in later videos. But this one, obviously, not a bad video or movie at all. Are We Done Yet? The sequel to Are We There Yet? This is mid-tier. It's not great, but it's good. It's enjoyable. Watch it once, maybe every couple years, and you're like, oh, all right, I could throw that on for a enjoyable time. It's not anything insane. Oh God, The Atonement. Guys, I hate this movie. I hate this movie. It's going in E. All right. People love this movie, and I don't get it. I really don't. I could not stand it felt so boring. It felt so forced. I spent $3 on the DVD for The Atonement, and I feel like I spent way too much money. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm an asshole. But August Rush is like a B movie. August Rush I actually just recently watched for the first time ever, and I'm not gonna lie, I think the Robin Williams character, and this is like one of the few times that Robin Williams will not make a movie better. Robin Williams' character was the biggest, what the fuck kind of moment in this movie. It was weird, and I didn't appreciate it. It was interesting, but weird and unappreciative. So, move on. The B movie, S tier, right? The B movie is S tier. Oh, wait, where's it going? Oh, it's mid. The B movie is mid. You know it. I know it. Fuck, Jerry Seinfeld knows it. Alright? Blades of Glory, though, that's A tier, baby. Blades of Glory, fantastic movie. Who doesn't love a good buddy comedy with John Hader and I almost said Will Smith. Will Ferrell. This movie is so good. I mean, Will Ferrell, obviously, comedy GOAT. Alright? But then we have John Hader, who came off the scene of Napoleon Dynamite being a major comedic star, because that movie was like low budget, nobody cares about it, and it went off, and it was insanely huge. This was like his next big thing was Blades of Glory, so it was a fantastic film. Bridge to Terabithia, we got our first S of the day. Bridge to Terabithia, S tier 2007 movie. Makes me cry just because little kid me cried, alright? So now adult me cries because every time I watch Bridge to Terabithia, I remember my childhood and how I felt watching it the first time. So it was kind of like an introduction to like, not all movies are real happy. This movie really did that for me. And it really, really hurt. Like, a lot. It does help that Josh Hutcherson and Anna Sophia Robb are outstanding actor and actresses. Incredible duo for this film. So it is what it is. Alright, so up next we have Daddy Day Camp, and I do own this on DVD, and I just want to put out there that it is E. It is an E-level movie. It is not good. Daddy Daycare, incredible. Wonderful. We've got an incredible cast. We've got incredible moments. Daddy Day Camp was wanting to capitalize off of the success of Eddie Murphy's Daddy Daycare, and it just did not hit. So, Enchanted, this is a mid-movie. A lot of people love Enchanted. I'm not the biggest fan. It's good. It's like, oh yeah, I could watch it if it's on, but it's not something I'm going to go out of my way to watch. I do have it on Blu-ray, but I got it for free. So it's like I wouldn't go out of my way to buy it, but I got it for free, so I have it. But the epic movie. This movie is so bad. F tier. I have this movie because I love terrible movies, and the epic movie is just one of those movies that it's just, mwah, it is so bad that it's good. So the early 2000s were huge with spoof comedies. Again, like they used to be big. Like you had real stupid comedies back in the day. Well, spoof comedies became the big thing in the early 2000s with Scary Movie, and by this point, we've had 4 scary movies. Well, now we're getting things like The Date Movie and Not Another Teen Movie, Epic Movie. We're getting all these weird ones in there. And there's Disaster Movie and Movie 43 and all these movies that they are not as good. And really, we're getting tired of them at this point. The audience was getting tired of them, and so started shitting all over these movies. And this was kind of the era where Epic Movie it released like 4 years too late. Evan Almighty, you know what? People can hate this movie all they want, but I genuinely enjoy it. Evan Almighty, in my opinion, is B tier. I just love the nonsensical storyline. It makes zero sense. There's so much left out. I love it. I really do. It does help that I was a little kid watching this when when it first came out. But like growing up, I still watch it all the time. I have it on DVD. I love it. I really do enjoy it. I don't know. Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer is B tier, low B tier, almost C tier. I feel like they did so much wrong in this movie. I enjoyed it, but it could have been so much better. And now with the MCU having confirmed a Fantastic Four movie to be coming out sooner rather than later, I am super excited to see what they do with this Fantastic Four squad. What will happen with the Silver Surfer? What will happen with Doctor Doom? I can't wait. I genuinely cannot wait. Fred Claus. This movie is B tier. It is a Christmas movie that growing up I didn't really watch ever, and I found the DVD years ago at Five Below for $5, and I was like, oh, that's Vince Vaughn. Oh, that's pretty interesting. So I grabbed it, took it home, and watched it, and I was like, wow, okay, like it's good. And I like the way they modernized Santa with today's modern world, and it's it's an actual good movie. And the reason it's not higher simply is because I just didn't grow up on it. It's not something I watch every I almost said Halloween, every Christmas. Like, it's not the Home Alones of the world. It's not the Christmas Vacation. It's not Christmas Story. It's Fred Claus. Like, it's dispensable, you know? Moving on, we have Ghost Rider, another Marvel movie that it's mid-tier. It's mid-tier. It's another Marvel movie before the MCU, obviously. That just, they released it. It did all right. It did, actually, I think it did really good in box office. But it wasn't received incredibly well. It's Nicolas Cage being Ghost Rider, and Ghost Rider is another person, much like the Silver Surfer, who's like this insane hero, anti-hero kind of guy that they just didn't serve justice to. That I can't wait for a Ghost Rider in the MCU. That would be so sick. So, like I said with Silver Surfer, I can't wait for Ghost Rider to come in eventually. Rob Zombie's Halloween. You know, I can't stand Rob Zombie's Halloween and Halloween 2. But I would give this mid-tier, but I'm going to give it B-tier simply because there is one thing I really loved about the first Rob Zombie Halloween, and that was showing Michael Myers as a child. It dove into what the original in 1978 never did, because it didn't have to, you know? We didn't need to see why Michael Myers was the way he was. We just knew what he did and that he was this evil person. But with Rob Zombie's Halloween, we knew the original storyline. We know he's going to become a killer. We know he's going to go after Laurie Strode, all right? But we don't know what caused him to be the way that he is. And Rob Zombie's dark storytelling really did work for the most part of this film. I do not love the ending, but I love Michael Myers in his childhood. Awesome time. So B tier. We're gonna stop talking about that. Hannibal Rising. It's fucking bad. It's D tier. Actually, we should probably throw it in E, but I'm not an asshole. Hannibal, I'm gonna give you this one. You got a D tier. Hannibal Rising could have been good, but they really just fucked it up. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. S tier. S tier. It's Harry Potter. Up next, we got Hitman. This movie is D tier. I couldn't stand Hitman. I don't know if it's just me, but Hitman, and then there was another one. I don't know if it's a direct sequel or a remake, and it's called Hitman Agent 47. I can't stand either of them. This movie in particular, though, D tier. Hot Fuzz. This is a B tier movie. A lot of people love Hot Fuzz. It's a little off, in my opinion. Like, I don't know. I watched it once, like a year, almost 2 years ago now, and I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like, yo, this is incredible, like their other film, Shaun of the Dead. But it's still a solid movie, and I'll gladly watch it. You know, B tier is good. It's an 80% in my opinion. So, you know, I Am a Legend. This is an okay Will Ferrell movie, or Will Smith movie. Could you imagine? All right, it's B tier in my opinion. Could you imagine though? I messed up Will Ferrell for Will Smith before, and I just messed up Will Smith for Will Ferrell. Could you imagine them switching their roles? So in I Am Legend, it's Will Ferrell, and in Blades of Glory, it's Will Smith. That would be fantastic. Oh, that'd be wonderful. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. I really enjoy this film and as well. It's a B tier. It's not an A tier. We have a lot of lower tier movies in 2007. Like, very few, like, incredible, like, stuff, which is interesting. Juno. This is like a mid to B tier. I feel like I'm gonna put it in B tier. It's been a while since I've seen it. But I do remember enjoying it. I have it on DVD. It's a good movie. Moving on, Knocked Up. This is like mid tier. When I was younger, I loved watching Knocked Up because I was like, I was a kid, and I was like, ha ha ha, adult movies, like this is cool, and it's there's inappropriate language and inappropriate scenes, and how every little kid is, but it's mid tier, in my opinion. Lars and the Real Girl. I just watched this movie maybe a month or two ago. I really enjoyed it. I would put it in B tier. It's definitely not A tier worthy, but B tier for sure. Live Free or Die Hard is D tier. It's come on, right? No. I'm pretty sure it's the only of the Die Hard movies that is PG-13, which is just weird in my opinion. There is an unrated version as well, but Live Free or Die Hard can get out of here. Meet the Robinsons. This is a tier movie right here. It's been a couple years since I've seen it, but Meet the Robinsons is probably one of the best movies of the year. Like, if I were to put the three A tiers in a row, I would probably put Meet the Robinsons at the top of A tier, with Blades of Glory in the middle. Like, it really, Meet the Robinsons, just the storytelling was just A plus. I mean, incredible. So it was definitely good, and who knows, I'm gonna go rewatch this and probably change my mind. Will it stay in A or will it be an S? Who the hell knows? Because it is a good movie, and I remember it being fantastic. But I'm not giving it S simply because it's been a long time since I've seen it. Mr. Magorium's Wonder Emporium. This movie used to be one of my favorites as a kid. It's an A tier in my opinion. This movie, like I said, when I was little, I used to get this from my local library all the time. I'd get it from Blockbuster all the time. And it was just a fantastic time. We loved it. We stand it. It was a great movie. Moving on to National Treasure 2, which I have now since watched. The last time, two episodes of this series ago was the first National Treasure, I think. And I said I hadn't seen the second one. I have now. And it's enjoyable. It's a B tier. So they should make a third one. I don't know why they haven't ever. But whatever. Norbit. This movie is fucking E tier. It's a really bad movie with Eddie Murphy all over the place. Paranormal Activity is A tier. The lowest one, like this low budget horror film that really just was wonderful, fantastic. It changed the horror genre. Awesome stuff. It really was incredible. I watched this maybe 3 months ago now, and I showed my friend who had never watched it before, and he enjoyed it. So, yeah, I really like it too. What is this? Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. This is a B tier. This was like one of the last good Pirates movies, in my opinion. I don't love the last couple, but At World's End is still very good and B tier. Ratatouille, fucking S tier. Ratatouille, I'm sorry, but anyone can cook. Alright? Anyone can cook. I'll beat your ass if you tell me you like people don't know how to cook. Anyone can cook. Anyone can learn to cook. You just gotta put the time in. Anyone can cook. Don't come at me. Remy's my boy. Moving on, we got Resident Evil Extinction. This is mid tier. Resident Evil Extinction is mid tier. This is kind of where the Resident Evil franchise started going downhill, in my opinion, as well. Things started becoming mid tier instead of like good. It is what it is. Rush Hour 3, in my opinion, is B tier. Alright, it's like close to hitting mid tier, but it's still good enough that you're like, oh, alright, okay. But thank God they ended the franchise there at the third one, because a fourth one might have thrown them down a couple rungs. Now, there was talk of making a Rush Hour 4, like, now, but I don't think anything's really come of it, so that sucks. But, what is this, Saw 4, right? IV is 4, and VI is, what, 6? Something like that. IV is 4. I know that. Saw 4. Alright. I'm gonna throw you Saw 4. I need to make sure I'm thinking of the correct Saw. I've seen all the Saw movies, but there's so many of them, I forget the endings. Alright, guys, so I just watched Saw 4's ending, and yeah, no, this was the one I thought it was, and it was good. So, we're gonna put this in B tier. Saw 4's ending, obviously massive twist, but it was one that you really were just like, well, what the fuck? Because it was like the start of, it no longer being John Kramer, and it was just awesome. It was fantastic. Shooter, in my opinion, mid-tier. Shrek the Third, in my opinion, B tier. Shrek started going downhill. Spider-Man 3, in my opinion, B tier. There's a lot of reasons this movie didn't work, and they're all on Sony. Superbad is B tier. We're just going through this stuff. Surf's Up is mid tier. Sweeney Todd is A tier. Boys, we got The Game Plan. That's B tier. B tier for sure. The Golden Compass is B tier. The Hills Have Eyes 2 is F. Can't stand this movie. The Last Mimsy. Haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember it being meh. So we're going to put it in C tier. The Mist. The Mist is an awesome movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it. A tier for sure. The number 23. It's meh. It's okay. The Simpsons movie is A tier. Huge when it first came out. The Valley of Elah, I can't stand it. F tier. TMNT, can't stand it. E tier. Transformers is meh. C tier. Trick or Treat is B tier. And we really flew through this. Wow, I just said fuck all the content. Underdog is C tier. That's it. That's everything, guys. And like I said earlier in the video, S tier, super tiny this year. Bridge to Terabithia, Order of the Phoenix, and Ratatouille. That's S tier for 2007. A tier grew quite a bit. It was just another 3, but we got, Miss Magorium, Paranormal Activity, Sweeney Todd, The Mist, and Simpsons right near the end there. B tier is chock full of movies. C tier is really filled up to the brim as well. And then we've got a couple D's in there, couple E's, and a couple of F's. Realistically, this is what every year should look like. It's just we got a lot of bangers in a row the last few years, so there was a lot of S and A's. But there's usually 1 or 2, maybe 3 S tiers, good amount of A's, and a massive amount of B's and C's. That should be a trend happening in this time frame, in this era of movie making, because there was, like, in my opinion, a bit of a lull in movies at this time. That's just my opinion, though. So that is our ranking, guys. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and like the video down below. If you didn't enjoy it, still like the video, because, like, I appreciate y'all. If you're new here, you want to subscribe. I'm doing this for every year all the way to 2022. Just because 2022 is probably going to be over by the time I get through it all. Just because you never know. But yeah, no, it's been a fun time so far. We've done from 2000 all the way to 2007 now, and obviously 2008 will be the next one. So there'll be some big movies in 2008. What released in 2008? Like Wall-E and Wall-E and Wall-E. Like, what? I was a kid. I don't remember. Like, I'm sure that if I look at it, I'll be like, oh yeah, that was 2008. But I literally only remember Wall-E from 2008. I'm a fucking nerd, dude. But, alright, if you enjoyed the video, leave it a like. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.